Joining us today for this week's entertainment panel is, of course, you guessed it, Abby St. John. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today, Abby.
Of course. We should probably figure out a different intro, but
I know.
it still works.
I know.
We're both here. We're both here for the best panel of the week.
Yeah.
So
I should probably just start off with, like, you know what we're doing?
We're here.
We'll do that next week. Yeah. We got some good topics on the go, and of course I say that every time as well, but you know, these ones are very timely, and they're going to be coming up here soon, and I think a lot of people are excited. And starting off, we got Queen Charlotte, A Bridgerton Story, and this one, I know you haven't watched, of course, season 1, season 2. I have. I really like those seasons, really like the show, but you know, it's going to be heartbreaking because it does have to do with Queen Charlotte and kind of her love story back in the day with young King George. And I am just not very much excited to know how it plays out. Like, I'm excited to see how it plays, but just knowing the fate of what happens with King George, it's going to be heartbreaking. So
and obviously I haven't seen the show, but I know how successful it's been and how much it's garnered a huge fan base, especially when it came out. I mean, Shonda Rhimes, she knows TV.
Yeah.
She knows how to
She knows the chemistry and tension too.
She knows exactly what she's doing. She's very calculated. She has the perfect casting. The music, they take modern music and change it so it sounds like back in the day.
And if you didn't know that and you started watching like me, once you would hear some of that during the you know, the balls and the dances, you'd be like, why does the song sound familiar? Like, what?
It's
and then you're like, oh my gosh, this is literally like something from Katy Perry or something.
It's what The Great Gatsby should have done when they were playing Jay-Z songs.
Yeah.
Shonda Rhimes is a genius in everything that she does, so I have no doubt that this is going to be another one of her very much successes, and I think a lot of Bridgerton fans especially are super excited to see Queen Charlotte when she was younger, when she met King George, when she got married, you know, kind of the uphills and downhills that she went through, and of course what ends up happening to King George. How did that come about? How did she react? You know, she has to rule the kingdom herself now. So it'll be interesting to see, and I think people are really excited about that backstory because she's such an important character in Bridgerton herself because she's, as you mentioned to me earlier, just telling me a little bit about it, she's kind of like the matchmaker of the kingdom. So
they all want to impress the queen throughout those seasons, so it's going to be cool to see how she was in their shoes back in the day and moved up.
She knows exactly what all these women and these men have gone through when they are matched with somebody. So it'll be interesting, but there's also flashes back to the present as well. So Bridgerton fans will still see Queen Charlotte as she is in the show. It has a pretty big fan base, and I like how original the idea of the show is. The representation that it has, not just with women of color, but also plus size women as well.
Yes. I always found it interesting, especially like you get so into it that you don't realize, like, even though it's a timely piece, they don't have everything as accurate, especially when it comes to race and whatnot. So I like that. Of course, it's Shonda. She has no problem with that. Every other show, she's got lots of diversity in her casting, as she should. And with this show, I think it was really interesting that she was like, race is even an issue. We're not going to even have those kind of issues in the show. Everyone is on the same level. And I really like that. But now moving on, we have another good topic on the go, and it's coming up this weekend. And I know me and someone else we know here is really excited. RJ Smacky is really pumped up for this one. But we have Succession Season 4. Absolutely excellent. I think, you know, there's many fans out there, obviously, many fans. It is great. It is a great show, you know, all business, all rich style. Lots of good family drama, you know, who's battling to get to the top over Logan Roy. And it's excellent, and it's already, you know, great reviews. We were just talking about this with 100%. Certified on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's like if Santa Claus was a hitman.
We were cut out behind our backs, but there's a shape for things for us.
Succession is another HBO success, and HBO has done a fantastic job over the years with fantastic shows. They're not pumping out show after show after show. They're pumping out shows every once in a while that fans love, and Succession is one of them. If don't believe me, they have garnered 52 awards out of 148 nominations, including 5 Golden Globes and 7 Emmys. So you know the popularity of the show. You know how well done it is. And it already has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's already certified fresh, and there's only about 50 reviews so far from critics. So with it still being at 100% and already certified,
you know, the best shows are made this way
Yes.
when they don't have that many seasons.
They know
and
when
they
to
know
end.
where that peak is, and it's like where to finish it and just end it off without stretching it too far. And I think that's what Succession is all about. It's really great. I don't think there's really much of that storyline that they could stretch too much without it starting to be repetitive, and it's kind of like, okay, we've been through this. So I think it's going to be a great final season to kind of wrap up. Who knows what's going to happen with Kendall, Roman, Logan, Shiv, all of the fun ones, Greg. We love Greg. We never know what's going to happen. So I think it's going to be interesting. And of course, you know, the classic soundtrack, I think that's what helps get some people onto it, because it's got amazing music, amazing soundtrack.
Yeah.
I'd recommend it, and it's going to be coming this Sunday on HBO.
An
so
episode every
episode 1.
Sunday. HBO loves their Sunday premieres. So
Check it out in
definitely if
time.
you're a fan,
Exactly.
it'll be good.
Good recommendation.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week's entertainment panel. So once again, thank you so much for joining us today, Abby.
Of course.